Hey guys, Coach Greg down here at AM Plainville. We are going to go over push-ups. All right. Now, I have heard some people say, they have pain in the wrists, shoulders, elbows when they're going into a push-up, and a lot of those things could actually be fixed by just making sure that we're not hanging out or just relaxing on the ground, but actually engaging the floor with our arms. Okay. The hands, all right, since they're the part that touches the floor, is where everything's going to come from. So if we are just relaxed on our palms, all right, so if you look at, if I just get into my push-up position, I just kind of relax, all right, you notice that that elbow, you see the elbow's pointing out towards, away, so the midlines are pointing towards each other. What that's going to do is when I go into my push-up, all right, I'm relaxed, my shoulders are going to start to wing, I'm going to come out, all right, my elbow's going to flare to the side, and instead of getting a good motion, I'm going to start to push and come out here, shrugging up into our necks. And it's going to cause a whole lot of grinding, shoulder issues. Then, not only that, but while I'm doing that, since my hands are relaxed, I'm putting a lot more pressure onto that wrist. All right, so now there's a lot more rolling pressures, create problems, so if you have wrist issues. One of the ways we can fix this is by engaging the floor. Now, sounds a little weird, but what you're going to do is actually kind of corkscrew your elbows into the ground. So we're going to place our palms, hands wide, so we don't want our fingers together, okay? And what we're going to do is that you see that elbow is pointing out. I'm going to corkscrew the elbow back. What that's going to do is now it actually lifts my palm a little bit up, and I create an arch, like in the bottom of my foot, in my palm, while also engaging my lats, okay? So it's going to pull this radius in, it's going to engage the shoulder blades. So now when I go to do that, my elbows are back, my weight shifts over my palms, all right, drop down. When I do my push-up, I'm moving in a nice natural motion for my shoulders. So at this point, instead of my arms going out like this and rounding up, my elbows are coming back, and my hands come back underneath my chest, I'm driving back up, okay? Again, the biggest thing here is to make sure that we're letting our body move the way it wants to, okay? Or way it should, not so much, what we think we should do. So another thing we see with the push-up is getting our head down towards our face, okay? Our face towards our palms. All right? Our head's actually going to travel forward. So as we go down, all right, we're actually going to shift over the top of our push-up to come back up. So we actually shift forward so our body moves over the palms. This is going to help, again, make sure that we're not grinding up into our shoulders and we're moving across that kind of natural motion. So if you put your hands out in front, straight out, this would be your plank position, right? As you go into your push-up, you see, without any floor there, okay, my hands come back underneath my chest. I don't come up into my neck here. So we're going to shift over our palms with our push-up. The last thing we want to work on is making sure that we're not losing our hips, okay? So, again, when we're talking about just relaxing, if I just let my feet relax and just let them fall out, my low back starts to drop down. I really got to work to push into it. But if I push into my toes and I create tension, that's going to engage my core, it's going to engage my glutes and my legs and make sure that my hips stay up. It's much harder to sag my hips when I'm pushing down through my toes, engaging my body, again, engaging the floor. All right, so when you're in there, you don't want to just hang out and then try to go do your push-up and thinking it's only with the chest and it's only with the arms, all right? There's a lot more things involved with the push-up, and it starts from the floor up. That means palms engaged across the floor, kind of gripping the ground, toes pushing into the ground, helping create that solid base, then letting your body shift forward over the top in that natural range of motion. So, hopefully that was helpful for you guys, and we'll see you at your next session.